We're back.
Okay, we're back, and we're back with my movie. Okay, this is A Christmas Carol, 1951.
I can't pay you, sir.
I'm not surprised.
Not unless you give me more time.
Did I ask you for more time to lend you the money?
Oh, no, sir.
Then why should you ask me for more time to pay it back?
Hard and sharp as flint he was. You ask Bob Cratchit about him. This timid and intimidated little clerk is portrayed by Mervyn John. Mrs. Cratchit by Hermione Baddeley. The little lame boy, the great-hearted Tiny Tim, is played by Glyn Dearman. Michael Hordern gives a spirited portrayal of Jacob Marley, the ghost who changes Scrooge from sinner to saint. Co-starring with Alistair Sim in delightful character roles are Jack Warner and Kathleen Harrison.
Don't be violent, Mr. Scrooge, sir. You forced me to scream for the beadle.
The beadle, madam? A thief for the beadle.
A guinea? Here, what for?
Served to be so happy.
It was like, so I am not a big Christmas fan. I'm sorry, but I do love this movie, and I've seen other movies. And the reason that I love this movie, I've been watching a Christmas Carol story of some kind
All our lives.
and I don't mean just this movie. I mean, there's like a zillion of them, right? But in this one, I like it because it's very intelligent. Like, in other words, Ebenezer Scrooge is not a caricature figure. He's very serious. He's like very serious. He's very mean. He's very stingy, and he's just like very British, like very, you know. And there's nothing cartoonish about him. And sometimes they portray Ebenezer Scrooge as almost a cartoon figure.
Right.
But it was really funny. I was reading a lot on it, and they were saying that people always say. They always make the observation that this is really actually closest to the Charles Dickens novel, but they were saying actually not. It's just that there's a lot of things in the, but it actually not, because they're very clever. When you write a book, you can give a lot more. The thing that comes to mind is Alice in Wonderland. You know, since a lot of it is going on in your head. Right, that it doesn't really translate really good into
a movie.
No, it doesn't, because most of it's going on in her head. She's thinking it. She's
Right.
thinking it, and you're listening to her thinking, right, stuff. In this, a lot of it is a lot of it in the book you get the feel of that, but in a movie you can't show it. But they actually add scenes to show you that. So, in other words, it is truer to the book because it gives you the same feeling as the book. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Like they add things to show you what he was thinking, or what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though, so, yeah. So, and what can I say about Alistair Sims? Has he got the best face in the world? It's like, oh, God, I love your face. It's like, it's
He's
just
so crotchety looking.
well, it's not really crotchety. It's warm and mean and soft. He can make it anything he wants it
Plus,
to
he's brilliant.
be.
He's brilliant.
You know, because the movie isn't really about Tiny Tim. And a lot of times they make movies about Tiny Tim, but it's not about Tiny Tim. It's about Ebenezer Scrooge.
And his
right?
transition.
And his transition. And I mean, everybody knows the story, the three different Christmas past, Christmas present, Christmas future. Yeah, the ghosts of. Mm-hmm. And his old partner, and just everybody knows the story. It's just that this story, and I would suggest it in black and white.
It is black and white, right?
Yeah, but a lot of times they add color.
Oh, I've never seen it.
They've
You
added,
have to see it in black and white.
You have to see it in black and white. It's like it's because it really captures the time too,
And
like
the tone.
Yeah, like you feel like you're in the night, the turn of the century in
Right.
black and white, as opposed to color. So I love this movie. I've seen it probably every year of my life,
Yes.
and every time I cry at the end.
Me too.
Every time. So yeah, that's all I could say. Patty.
I love this movie. And you know how many Scrooge movies they've had on? It's a billion. And the minute I see Scrooge, I don't even watch it because they don't. Ebenezer Scrooge is a certain type of person. And the person who I've seen play it the best is Alistair Sim. Because he's you don't like him, but he's so unlikable, you're kind of fascinated by
He's
him.
kind of funny too.
Well, the funniness,
He's kind of
there is
sarcastic.
humor, even though it's serious and you cry during it, yes. Tiny Tim, the family of Tiny Tim, you really get into that family, and most of the time I don't. But the father, what was his name, Bob
Cratchit.
Bob Cratchit, whoever played, they picked the perfect people for this.
Bob Cratchit.
Who is he? He's well-known English guy.
Mervyn Johns.
Mervyn Johns. It's like he plays Bob Cratchit so well, and
You've seen him a zillion times in movies. I have.
well, we've seen
In old
Catherine
movies,
What's-Her-Face.
yeah.
But really, the humor of the movie comes between the maid and Alistair Sim. And the crying comes between Tiny Tim and Alistair Sim.
And also Alistair Sims and his family.
Oh, yeah, the whole family.
Oh my God, I can't even start
But
talking about that.
I'm like
Okay.
Susie. Every year, I've watched it every year. It's the only one I'll watch. And I cry. I'm crying crazy at the end because it's so touching. And Alistair Sim is that good of an actor. He can portray that. And black and white, you have to see it because you really get the somberness of it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Great movie. Don't watch any other Scrooge. They're useless.
Yeah, classic Hollywood. I don't know if it was actually made in Hollywood or whether it was
I think it's
British.
English.
England.
Yeah, but
I
in
know
that
because my mother's English and we only watch English movies because they're better.
Yeah.
they are better.
Apparently.
They are better.
They are better.
Most of them are better. But definitely, I mean, the past, the present, the future, the ghosts, the
Yeah.
whole. I mean, this is the classic Christmas tale.
Yeah, it is.
You know, there's nothing not to like about this movie. I definitely see the original in black and white. That's really the only way to watch this.
Yeah.
Like any other remake of this, just like you said, don't even bother.
Yeah.
This is just the classic Chris Mail. What was it? Chris Mail.
Kind of you all and Christmas together.
But tale is what I meant. Just this if you're gonna watch one movie at Christmas,
That's it.
this is the one to snuggle up on the couch with your significant other or whoever
or a
and
box
watch
of
that.
chocolates and some. The only
Or
other,
chocolates and tissues.
I
Yeah.
was going to say the only other movie that does that for me is The Sound of Music.
Getting back to Alistair
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm
Sim.
sorry. Yes, but
Yeah.
it's in that category. It's in that category. Okay, I'm sorry.
I really liked it. Yeah, it's a great classic film. I like it when Scrooge McDuck, the wrong character.
Okay, you can watch that one. Everybody. Scrooge McDuck.
I mean, there's not much I can add to it that you guys, everybody knows the story. Alistair Sim, he's, like you said, I was going to say the same thing. He has a great face.
Oh, great
And he
face.
shows a very kind of warm face. Some people, even when
Yes.
he's playing the bad characters,
Yes.
you can feel the warmth that they actually are a nice person. So it's a great film. Same with me. I watch it. I gotta have my hankies ready, and ready for the evening. But yeah, it's just a great film, great story.
Yeah. Okay, so Patty.
10.
10.
Yes, 10.
And what can you say? Okay, so that concludes our Christmas. And I thought we had a really good mix of stuff there. You know what I mean? Like from the traditional to the
Wacky.
way out there.
And that's without doing Gremlins.
Oh yeah,
I watched
Gremlins
Gremlins the
is
other day. That's
great.
funny.
Yeah.
To say.
Well, you save it for next year. We'll come up with our
see.
new Christmas.
Yeah, right.
To have a new Christmas. There's lots of. Anyway, so here we go. So. Oh, I have to get my ending. Here we go. So that ends our podcast, number 15. Christmas. You can find us on Facebook, on Instagram, on Spotify, and SoundCloud. Look for us under What the Flicks. You can also download us from iTunes under What the Flicks Podcast. You can email us with your suggestion and comments at whattheflickspodcast@gmail.com. And you can
there's
also
that one.
watch.
Stella has quite a few things to say about
she is.
everything.
I got some emails for you.
She's commenting.
Just wait till you read the comment section.
You know how you have like the person doing sign, who's doing dog.
Stella does snort. Yeah, Stella
I
snorts.
want to read the thought bubble.
Oh, so you can watch this episode and actually all our episodes on YouTube at What the Flicks. So, and when you go on iTunes, you can also rate us, which we would love. That would be great. And us and what do you call that? Sign up for us.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Follow us.
Follow us. Subscribe to us.
You have
Yes.
that down on that. Right.
I didn't have that on there. I just thought of it. It was just an afterthought. Okay, so until next time. Adios.
Until next time.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy Yule.
Feliz Navidad.